All right, today we're going to be talking about how to gain speed on the electric guitar. We're going to go over an alternate picking exercise that'll help you achieve this. Let's begin. All right, so today we're going to be talking about alternate picking. Now, before I pick up the guitar and show you the example for the exercise, I want to cover first the symbology that's used for alternate picking, or for picking in general, and show you the pattern that we're going to be using that'll help you develop more speed across the fretboard. So, the first symbol looks like this. This is the down. So that's considered the downstroke. The next one looks like a V, and that would be an upstroke. So this is the downstroke, this is the upstroke. Now, for this pattern, depending on what string you're starting on, if we're starting on low E, then guitars typically will pick downward. So it starts on a down, and you're going to alternate down, up, up, hence the name. Here, this is a 3-note exercise that's going to take you from low E all the way up to high E using fingering 1, 3, 4. You can also do 1, 2, 4. And we can alternate between those, which I'll show you later on. So, this is a typical alternate picking pattern. You have down, up, down. Now, what creates the effect of actually being able to play much more smoothly and fluidly across the fretboard is matching the motion that you were doing beforehand, before you get to the next note that you're playing, when you're skipping a string. So, if this is our first pattern on the first string that we're covering, we're playing 3 notes on the first string, and we're trying to get to the next. If we followed this pattern, then we would do an upstroke. But doing an upstroke and also going downward on the guitar to the next string is contrary motion. So we're trying to have a fluid motion going here. We don't want any contrary motion. So what we want to do is do a down, up, down, down when the string switches. So this is all on the E string. And your string switches right here to the A string. And then from there, it just repeats the down, up, down. And then you do that again when you go to the D. Once you hit that D, you do a downstroke. So it reads down, up, down, down, up, down, down. That's going to be our pattern. That's what we're going to work with. You want to get to the point where that's just how you play. Obviously, maybe in some situations it might not work to your benefit, but especially for ascending patterns, which is what this is. This is an ascending alternate picking pattern that'll help you carry the motion from one string to the next. Now this works descending as well, and I'll cover that in another video. But this is a pattern for ascending alternate picking. Now grab the guitar and I'll show you how that works. All right, so let's work on this pattern. So as I said before, we're going to stick with a 1, 3, 4 pattern. So that would mean if we're starting on the first fret would be 1, third fret would be 3, and the fourth fret would be 4. So this would utilize your pointer finger, your ring finger, and your pinky finger. Though I was playing distorted in the intro, I'll play clean here because when you're practicing this, what you want to practice for is accuracy. So, as I annotated on the board, this starts with a downstroke, upstroke, to a downstroke, and here's a shift, another down. All right, so if I play the whole exercise, the idea is to play all 6 strings with this pattern using this down-down pattern when we're going to switch a string. So I'll play it for you here. Right, so it says down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. So the thing that is typically difficult to pick up when you're first learning this is the weight of your hand. So essentially what's happening here is you're kind of letting your hand fall on the next string. You're not so much picking it as you are just letting the natural weight of your hand fall onto the next string. Now the trick is to make that kind of a controlled fall so that it doesn't get out of hand. So what you want to do is just take that pattern, down, up, down, down, and just let that, after that third note, you just want to let your hand kind of fall naturally to the next string. That's a good way to practice this also. You could just take the transition notes, which would be the pinky going to the pointer finger of the next string. Right? So again, I'll play it for you up to speed. And the idea is just you wanting to do this chromatically. This is not an exercise that sounds good by any stretch of the imagination. It's just a technical exercise here. So. Now, when you're going descending, so when we get to the bottom, we're ending on a downstroke, and then if we're going to go back down the pattern, we want to hit the next string going descending. We want to hit that with an upstroke now. So we're going to play a downstroke, down, up, down, up. So playing it in reverse, you don't have to do the double stroke like we do here. You can just play a down, up, down, and you'll naturally be on an upstroke on the next string. So it actually works out very well. For that reason, it might be easier for some to just play it descending than ascending. So. Right, so that's the idea of this, and you just want to do it again, this is really for clarity, right? You want to practice for clarity. We're not so much practicing for speed yet. We're practicing kind of for clarity, precision, and technique. You can also, this is also a great exercise to strengthen the action between your ring finger and your pinky, right? Because there's a lot of that going on. The action between your ring finger and your pinky is typically where most of us guitarists have trouble. Those are usually the weakest link of your hand. So it's good to practice that. And you can also just do little exercises like this, hammer-ons and pull-offs. When you're getting tired of alternate picking, do that. And that'll also help strengthen your pinky. So another way we could do that exercise is basically do the same thing, do the same kind of pattern, but what we're going to do is just use the 2 instead of the 3 finger, right? So because we want to, be versatile and give all our fingers a workout. So now we're going to do 1, 3, 4. And so on. Now, you can also do it alternating the exercise. So you can start with a 1, 3, 4. And then when you're shifting, you can shift to the 1, 2, 4. Or when you're descending, rather. Or you can wait until you shift. So you can go 1, 3, 4. And then do 1, 3, 4 descending. And then shift when you go up chromatically, you can shift to the 1, 2, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4, sorry. So yeah, you get the idea there. You can mix it up all kind of ways. You can actually mix it up doing 1 ascending and then 1 descending. So doing 1, 3, 4 ascending, then 1, 2, 4 descending. Right? It works out great. Good finger exercise, and it'll also help you greatly in learning how to alternate pick. Remember that the key here is to control the 2 downstrokes that happen at the end of the line. So if you're really just beginning and you're having trouble with this, a good thing to do is just isolate that movement and just worry about doing that. And then try that on different strings. Maybe different areas on the neck, because every area has a different sort of tension when you play on different strings. And then eventually you can take that to maybe a 3-note per string major scale pattern. Right? So we'll go over other ways to incorporate that into actual, melodic information and licks and what have you. Right. So I hope that helped in your journeys to becoming a more proficient guitar player. Thanks for watching.